Well, you've heard the phrase, the family that prays together stays together, but in this case, maybe it's the couple that slays together stays together.
This ain't no video game, this is real. Bo Evans, with our partners at Hello Southwest Florida, is introducing you to this couple that's got a killer way to spend quality time together in the Everglades.
They're more active at nighttime. They're on the move. It's not as hot. They're out trying to look for something to eat.
Shh. We're hunting pythons.
There's your Burmese python. About 6 foot. Pretty healthy. Beautiful snake.
Last Friday, I set out with Dan Floyd and his wife Lindsay to track and capture Burmese pythons in Everglades National Park. Scientists say there could be hundreds of thousands in the state. We started at the Ernest Cove Visitor Center and drove the length of the park, about 50 miles, looking for snakes. It didn't take long to find one.
We're gonna bag him.
Bag them and box them.
Bag him and box him.
I got it ready for you, baby.
Go ahead, open it up. Here, just take the center going.
Get the box.
Snake in the bag.
Dan doesn't wear shoes while running through the glades. He's comfortable here.
Oh, I was born in the woods. I've been a country boy my whole life.
His mom tells me stories about how he used to go out as a kid and come home with frogs in his pockets. I said nothing's much has changed. He still does that.
Dan hasn't changed, but the Everglades have.
We've been in Everglades our whole lives growing up, and seeing all these changes, it's heartbreaking. You never think in 100 years when I was a kid I was gonna be catching pythons out in the Everglades.
That's because these pythons are from Burma, not Florida. So how did they get here? The two best explanations are pet owners accidentally or intentionally turn them loose. The weather in the glades is so much like Burma. Pythons thrive here because of that, and they have no natural predators. That's why the python population exploded.
Oh, stop. Stop! Oh, yeah. The baby gator. Yeah.
Female pythons can lay up to 100 eggs at once, but the scientists I talked to aren't sure if they lay eggs every year or every other year. So, there are thousands of pythons in the Everglades. Pythons that are not supposed to be there, destroying animals and wildlife that are supposed to be there. That's why Everglades National Park and Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation are hiring contractors like Dan to track and trap the snakes. Dan and Lindsay were one of the 24 contractors picked from around the state to participate in the Everglades program. 24 contractors to catch and kill thousands of huge pythons.
It was like a milestone because we didn't have any clue that what we were working for was going to be this big and make such a huge difference to this place that we call home.
Since he started, Dan says he's caught a dozen pythons. FWC pays $50 for the first 4 feet of snake, then an extra $25 for each additional foot. FWC euthanizes the snakes and then returns the snake skin to the contractors. So, against what looks like big odds, I wanted to know how the program is working. So I talked to the Conservancy of Southwest Florida. They say it's too early to tell if the contractors will make an impact on the python population. Dan believes every snake he traps makes a difference, and he wants to help Florida wildlife to be here for the long haul.
I feel at home out here. I'm comfortable out here. It's beautiful.
That was super interesting, but the one thing I can't get over is the fact that he runs around the Everglades without his shoes on. Without his shoes on.
Sometimes you got to ground yourself when you're out there.
Well, it's home for him. You know, it's such a beautiful area.
It really is.
You know, it's just there's so many. That's the thing about South Florida is that the climate here is just perfect for all these invasive
Anything can
species.
thrive, plants and invasive animals.
So I'd like to do that one time, though.
Just once?
Just once. Yeah.
With or without your
Cool.
shoes?
I'll be happy.
With my with hip boots on.
All the way up.